time for Power Sports Entertainment. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Got the jacket on, it's cold and I'm in the hotel. Anyway, it's cold in here, whatever, anyway. Yeah, Canelo Alvarez. Well, first of all, hit the subscribe button. That's number one. Number two, hit the like button. Number three, Canelo Alvarez taking on Terence Crawford. The production from Turkey Al Sheikh and Ring Magazine and all that was phenomenal. Salute to Netflix for definitely doing their job, man. They did a phenomenal job with that. It was great. The ring walks were great. All the colors, all the lights, the glitz, the glamour. It was incredible, right? Fight goes 12 rounds. You've seen the title of the fight. I mean, you've seen the title of the video. Canelo Alvarez was essentially broken down and exposed by this generation's boxing GOAT in Terence Crawford. The reason why I say that is, if you look at what Terence Crawford was doing, he was throwing a jab. He was, you know what? If you compare this performance, I think I can say it was a mixture of what Amir Khan was doing to Canelo. But not as many, not that extra punch in the combination. Amir Khan was getting greedy with the one, throwing 1, 2, 3s, did a whole bunch of combinations. Canelo was able to time it, knocked him out late, but he was having a lot of early success. Terence Crawford was mixing it up. He was always constantly touching Canelo. He was stepping with him. He was pushing him back. He showed him, hey, I'm strong too. You know what I'm saying? Picked him up, turned him around. He was pushing Canelo back. Canelo was visibly frustrated. Visibly frustrated. We've never seen Canelo react to certain punches against Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford, a smaller man, moving up 2 weight classes, and you not only having trouble, but you was getting dominated. You was getting exposed. Like I said before, Canelo is a limited fighter. I don't know if he was still having issues with his knees like he's had before. Coming into this fight, he looked phenomenal as far as like trimming down the muscle and stuff. He didn't look as big. Terence Crawford came up 2 weight classes and looked phenomenal. Still like some guys move up and they just fat. They just put the fat on. Terence Crawford did what Jermell Charlo should have did. Jermell Charlo was the bigger fighter, but Terence Crawford was the smaller fighter. But I mean, still bigger than Canelo. But his skills. This is what I be talking about when boxing skills come into play. I'm defensively responsible. I'm able to bang with you on the inside, mix it up with you, hurt you multiple times by throwing different variations of punches. My speed was an issue for you. Things that you were able to get away with, you weren't able to get away with me. The times where I was able to when you was trying to rest and fight in spurts, I was putting pressure on you, forcing you to fight. And I was seeing Terence Crawford go to Canelo's body a little bit. Now, one thing I did not like was Terence Crawford taking a lot of body shots from Canelo. I thought as the fight would go on, that would slow him down, but it did nothing. I thought Terence Crawford, I thought he was playing with fire a little bit when he was voluntarily fighting on the inside with Canelo, trying to exchange with him, but his variations of punches was crazy. He was catching Canelo with uppercuts, hooks, going back to the jab with the 1-2. He was mixing it up. He showed pop, power. Canelo's head was flopping back. Canelo also had he hit Terence Crawford with a low blow. It was, he said it was an accident. Okay, cool, no problem. But then even on the ropes, when they got tangled up or whatever, Canelo, caught Terence Crawford with a headbutt and put a little cut on him. I think that look that Terence Crawford gave Canelo made Canelo immediately apologize, even if it was an accident. You look at little things like that. When they was at the end of the rounds, Canelo put his glove out to say, hey, got my respect, good round. Terence Crawford was focused. I think sometimes when fighters do certain things like that, when you get into those type of fights and situations of adversity where things aren't going your way, let me try to do something to throw him off. Oh, he's really concentrating. Let me talk to him like a Caleb Plant would do. Let me talk to you, make you take a little steam off your punches, let you show a little bit of humanity while I try to outbox you or while I try to get my game plan together just to buy a little time or something like that. Canelo couldn't do nothing. Canelo couldn't do nothing with Bud, man. That was crazy. This man came up 2 weight classes. The fact that we had it even as close as the judges had it. Now, it was a unanimous decision going Bud way. But I didn't like the scorecards. I think it was wider than how they had it. If you want to go look at the scorecards, go look at it, make your own assessment. But as far as that fight, I knew I'm looking at a couple swing rounds. They had about 2-3 swing rounds. Come on. Bud had it. Bud was cruising. Bud just, I just felt it like, damn, Bud could really be very prideful and try to stand toe-to-toe with Canelo. Canelo might load up and catch him with something. This is the sport of boxing where you do a lot of work building up your name, building up your career, and you run into that one guy that could take it all the way. So you didn't mean to tell me Jaime Munguia was knocked down. He fought all them fights, knocked down and lost to Canelo. Edgar Berlanga, knocked down, lost to Canelo. Jermell Charlo, knocked down, lost to Canelo. All these guys lost to Canelo. And Terence Crawford moving up 2 weight classes. He really shouldn't even be fighting like that. He should have been 54. He's moving up 2 extra weight classes. Goes in there and dominates Canelo. Then, also, Max Kellerman had asked Canelo after the fight, hey, man, what do you think about a rematch? Blah, blah, blah. Canelo's like, oh, I feel good, I fight the best, and blah, blah, blah. I'm sitting there like, you ain't say you wanted that rematch. Now, it might be in the contract, obviously. If I give you opportunity, I got a rematch clause. But it was times in that fight where Canelo was getting hit. I didn't like how he was reacting. I didn't see a sense of urgency. I feel like he tried to turn it on, but it wasn't really, it was like a light bulb that's an old light bulb where you flip the switch and that is fighting a little bit, but it ain't how it used to be. And he waited too late, waited too long. I don't know what Canelo can do to beat Bud. Because if they do have a rematch now, Bud's used to the weight. He's been in there. He knows the skill set. He knows the things that Canelo's gonna do. He felt the power. He was having fun in there. He was smiling at Canelo, reacting, saying, no, good shot. He was playing with Canelo. Canelo ain't never ran into somebody like this, man. He never ran into somebody like a Bud. Bud is a different type of dog. So if you do have a rematch, I'm picking Bud to beat Canelo again. Not a stoppage or whatever, but I'm picking Bud. And I know previously, if you looked at my fight videos or prediction, I picked Canelo based on he was a dude that's been dominating that weight division, and Terence Crawford coming up 2 weight classes. That's just logical sense. But like I said before, logically I'm picking Canelo, but my heart was saying go with Bud. But man, I'm so proud of Terence Crawford. He is today's modern day boxing GOAT. This solidifies him as top 5 greatest fighters of all time. It doesn't matter how you feel about it. Look at the accomplishments. Boxing's first 3 weight class undisputed champion. And he can go down to 60 and fight anybody right now and be undisputed there. He said he doesn't know if he's going to fight again. You know what I'm saying? He was interviewed by Max Kellerman in a post-fight interview. He said that, he'd go talk it over with his team. But, hey, I think they're going to have a rematch. I think it's going to be too much money on the table to turn that down. I think if Canelo doesn't want a rematch, what are you going to do with the belts? Terence Crawford going to stay at 168? Or if you don't stay at 68, then you're going to disperse them belts. Now it's going to be a free fall at 168. So, man, hey, hell of a fight. Salute to Bud. Salute to Canelo. Phenomenal event from Netflix, Rehab Season, and Turkey Al-Sheikh and Dana White. Oh, I want the rematch. And I'm going to tell you right now, the rematch happens, I'm pulling up. Well, not if it's in Saudi. I ain't doing all that. But I'm pulling up. If it's in America, I'm pulling up. But salute to Bud. Like I said, phenomenal performance. Salute to Canelo for trying. Go back to the drawing board. I don't know what you're going to do. It doesn't even sound like you want the rematch, but it is what it is. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. It's your host, F. Merritt, Pound for Pound Sports Entertainment. I'm out.